All right, I was going to come on here and I was going to script this whole thing. And I realized that I wasn't being genuine. Initially, I wanted to kind of give a duality between making money is easy. Let's identify like the time frame that you want to do it. And I don't think that that's a good take because I think it's disingenuous for me to be somebody who made a bunch of money really fucking fast. I'm 23 years old. It's disingenuous for me to come on here and say, well, this is how you make money if you want to be rich when you're 50 years old. I didn't make money when I was 50 years old. I made all my fucking money in the last 3 years really fucking fast because I put my head down. The things that we're going to talk about now that I was initially going to talk about on this video are completely different. And so one, you need to say no more often. One of the biggest things that I had to learn, I mean, seriously, honest advice, is saying no to everything. And it's to the point now where my mom knows to not invite me to any of my siblings' events. I mean, my sister just had a dance recital and she knew to not invite me. She invited my girlfriend, but she didn't invite me because she knew damn well I was going to say no. It's not because that I don't love my siblings more than anything. It's because she knows that I'm on a mission. And in order for me to achieve the things that I'm trying to do right now, transparency, I'm trying to make $10 million a year, every single year. Minimum. I'm 23. I don't want to make $10 million a month or $10 million a year when I'm 40. What benefit does that have for me? It has zero benefit. It's really cool stepping out of a Maybach, stepping out of a Lambo, stepping out of a nice ass car when you're 23 because people are like, what the fuck do you do? Are you a drug dealer? They're confused. They don't know how you could have made this money. A lot of the time it's daddy's money, right? They think, oh, daddy's money. The point is, it is cool to be successful at a young age or to be successful very quickly. It is not cool to have prolonged your level of success over 60 years. You aspire to be somebody who's big, strong, jack, lean, shredded, because you know the amount of the mental fortitude that they had to construct to get to that. You understand that that level of physique is a difficult thing to do. There's a direct correlation between valuableness and the difficulty at which it takes to obtain it. Why is a diamond so incredibly valuable? It's because it's difficult to obtain. That's another discussion. I know it's not really. That's a completely different psyop. But general understanding, there's a direct correlation between what's difficult and what's valuable. One of the most difficult things in this world is to tell people no. I have people from high school that reach out to me every single day that want to hang out. They want to catch up. They want to see how I'm doing. I tell every single one of them no. Not because I don't want to see them. Honestly, at the end of the day, I do want to go out and hang out. I don't want to go to the club. I don't know the things that I want to do because I really haven't even experienced the world because all I have done is experience this fucking office. But the main thing is I get to make the decisions that are wildly greater than the people that decide to say yes to everything. For an example, regular people can say, yes, I would love to go to the bar. Regular people can't say, yes, I would love to go buy a Maybach. Okay, so my yeses and nos are wildly different than the decisions that regular people have to have. And so saying no is not only a form of ostracizing everything that exist out in the world so that you can stay focused on the things that you need to stay focused on, but it's also another form of discipline because it's very difficult to say no to the things that you want to do. I want to go out and just be able to hang out with my friends and go eat some ice cream here and there without recording, without working, with just being able to do it. But I can't really do that because I want to be rich in this small of a time frame and I don't have the time to do that. Now, if I wanted to get rich when I was fucking 50 years old, I'd probably have the time to do that. But in my current position, I cannot afford to do that. The next point that we're going to talk about is you'll talk to some people who maybe don't have it as well as maybe I do or other successful people. And they say, well, yeah, you may have all the money, but I have a really loving and caring wife. And, I'm really happy at home. I hear this a lot. And it's a really weird thing that people disassociate making money and having a happy, healthy family. I don't understand it. A lot of people will talk about sacrifice. They had to sacrifice their friends. They had to sacrifice their health. They had to sacrifice all of these things. And honest advice, I think they're just trying to scare you. When I retrospectively analyze anything I've ever done, I don't know exactly what I've sacrificed. I've done the things that I needed to do. I guess to some degree, I sacrificed not being able to hang out with my siblings right now. But when I have $100 million in the bank in the next 2 years, and I get to spend the rest of my life hanging out with family, did I really sacrifice anything? If anything, I think living a regular life is more of a sacrifice to everything else around you because you're not helping anybody. You're not directing anybody. You're not benefiting anybody. You're literally doing nothing. So if anything, you're sacrificing more people, and not only more people, but yourself, by living a regular life, opposed to hyper achieving in a very small time frame so that for the rest of your life you can just spend taking care of people. You kind of ask yourself, like, what does it mean to be a good person? And I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm the best person ever, but is the person who kind of just lives a mediocre life, who doesn't really help anybody, who doesn't really make any monumental changes for anybody, is somebody who just really lives a average life, is he more of a quote unquote good person than the person that puts everybody else in front of them to make sure that their family doesn't have to work a certain job, to make sure that their girlfriend doesn't have to work a certain job? Everybody gets that free decision, but they also get the duality behind it. I get that there's some, relationships where the woman or your mom or your family or whatever wants to work, but they have the decision to not work because their son achieved so many things. And so I really think that the idea of you have to sacrifice everything in your life in order to, make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, I think it's a bit of a tool used to kind of persuade you into some kind of fear that I don't think is actually necessary, because you don't really need to sacrifice anything. My mom, for an example, actually runs a really successful business, and she doesn't have to work. She literally does not have to work, but she really likes working. And so she knows that she has this decision. I can either just not work and I can stay home and, Hunter's going to support me, or my father will support her or whatever. But she really just aspires to achieve. Okay. And when you look at that, you also look at, the level of success that she's had. She has the time to hang out with the kids, to clean up the house, to do all of these, little minor things, while still being able to be a level of success. Now, in order for her to go to the next level, she would need to sacrifice, that family side of things so that she could put more time and effort into business. But I'm talking to people that are 25 or 30. Like, you guys don't have kids, or maybe you have kids, but you don't have this wild family and these massive obligations. You're at an age in your life that you can afford to take risks that not everybody else has. Next point. I'm going to keep this one quick. Do not do something that you love. Oh my God. I know we were all in college, or I know we were all in high school, at least. And the teachers always purport that you need to do something that you love and the money will follow. I know every single one of you guys that are watching this video have heard that. That does not exist. Doing something that you love does not make you any fucking money. That is not a real thing. There are very exceptional circumstances where that exists. Football players, maybe you really love being a doctor, maybe you really love these very certain things, but if you have an absolute passion for playing video games and you just love playing video games, I can tell you right now, you're not going to make $50 million in 3 years playing video games. You can make a decent amount of money playing video games, but you're not going to make a ton of money. Following the thing that you love can make you a lot of money over a very prolonged period of time. But we're talking about getting rich fast now. So why would I want to do something that I loved and take 10 years to get rich when I could just do the thing that is making everybody so fucking rich right now and get rich in 1 to 2 years and then play the video games and do the things that I love afterwards, right? It's not saying don't do the things that you love, but it's saying move the things that you love to a later time and do the things right now that are making you money. We're talking about making money here. So do the things that are going to make you money now and not the things that you love, and then save that for a later time. Previous video that we talked about, just make sure you're taking the right vehicle. Digital products and AI right now are the absolute biggest wealth creators in the entire world right now. Why would I do stocks? Why would I do real estate when digital products, online info, ebooks, selling something online is the fastest way to make money right now? From 0 to 10K a month, from 10K to 100K a month, from 100K a month to $1 million a month. These are the fastest ways to make money. Why would I do anything else? I'm gonna keep that one short because it is a no-brainer. Be prepared to fail. This one excites me because failing means that you found one more way that doesn't work, right? And if there's a certain amount of ways that you can do something, if there's a certain amount of ways for me to pick up this drink next to me, maybe there's 10 ways that I could pick up this drink. Maybe with my elbows, and then my feet, with my mouth. If my feet don't work, so I don't do my feet anymore. My mouth doesn't work, I won't use my mouth anymore. If my elbows don't work, I won't use my elbows anymore. I finally get to the one that might work. I use my hands. I pick it up with my hands. I found the way that worked. So failing is seriously one of the most inspirational. It takes a rewiring of your brain to understand that failure is actually incredibly great. As long as you're learning from your failures. And this is an absolute psyop. When in school, if you get an F on your paper, you literally fail and it's a negative thing. In the real world, when it comes to making money, you need to fail more times than people even try. The best thing that you can possibly do is fail more. And if you're not failing, you're not even trying, because you're not going to be good at the things right off the bat. Everything that we've set up in any of our businesses, any of our companies have taken us thousands and thousands and thousands of failures to find the things that work. And so when you fail, be excited because it means you're one step closer to the thing that actually fucking works. At the end of the day, honest advice, the name of the game for some people is to just make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time so they can pretty much, I don't know if it's give up or quit or retire or whatever. On the other hand, you have somebody like me who's sick in the head, and I don't think a dollar amount will ever get me to just stop working. Identify the type of person that you are. If you're somebody who really just wants to get rich now so that you can enjoy life later, great. If you're somebody who's kind of sick in the fucking head and you'd rather die than ever go live a mediocre life ever again, like that's more like me, then that's the type of person you want. Now structure your life based off of that. At the end of the day, the name of the game is just make as much money as you possibly can, as fast as you can, so that you have the free will to decide. Right now, you can't even decide. You don't even have, if you do not have $10 million in your bank right now, you don't have a decision. You're completely controlled by everything else around you. And with that being said, you don't get the decision. I get the decision. I right now can just decide if I want to keep working tomorrow or not. You don't get that decision. So the name of the game is make it $10 million as fast as you can, because with $10 million, 1% a month, you get about $100,000 every single month for the rest of your life. You can retire, you can move anywhere you want, you can do whatever you want outside of mega mansions and mega yachts and hypercars. You can live a very happy, sustainable life with 20, 50 children and exist. And that is the name of the game. I have unlimited faith in every single one of you guys that decides that you want to, whether it's make a change today or make the change tomorrow, or at least just dictate who you are and what you want to be. I have unlimited faith that you can achieve it as well as I did, because I'm no different than any one of you guys. I'm not different at all. Actually, I'm 23 years old who just got out of fucking high school. I went to summer school and middle school. I'm pretty sure it was middle school. It might have been high school. I don't know. I went to fucking summer school. I'm not some brainiac, genius, hyper nerd that just thought of $1 million idea. I'm somebody who sat there and failed over and over and over, and I am no different than anybody else in this world. I decided I wanted to take on a mission of making as much money as I possibly could, and that's it. And I absolutely expect that anybody who's watching this can do the exact same thing.